On behalf of all of us at Alaska Airlines and your Anchorage-based crew, we're glad to have you with us this evening. We invite you to settle in and enjoy the flight.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's Alaska Airlines Trip Report. I'm flying Flight 1562 to Anchorage, Alaska. I've flown Alaska Airlines many times, but this is my first time flying them to Alaska. I'm heading up there for a work trip this week. And by using my Atmos Rewards Ascent Visa Signature credit card, I saved $45 one way on baggage fees for me and my guest. Because I checked this in last night on the app, I had our boarding passes. And even with checking in a bag and with TSA pre-check, it took us about 15 minutes from drop-off to pass TSA. Unfortunately, I have no elite status with Alaska Airlines or oneworld, and I have no access even with my Alaska co-branded credit card. That's the best view you'll get. And there's Alaska Airlines 1562 up to Anchorage, departing at 7:34 tonight from Gate 68A, and so far, it's on time. Gate 68A is at the very end of the terminal, and so you'll have to take that escalator or an elevator up to get to that area. Here at Gate 68A, there's nobody here yet because we're still a couple hours away from boarding. I wanted to show you a few things that will come with using my credit card. With that, I'll get to be in Group C in the general boarding, so we're in the first group of general boarding. Unfortunately, no good views of our plane, but I'll be flying an almost 10-year-old Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. It's registered November 251 Alpha Kilo. It's painted in Alaska Airlines standard livery. It's powered by 2 CFMI engines, and there are 178 seats on board, split into 16 first class seats and 162 economy seats, with 12 of those seats being premium class seats. And here we are at Gate 68A, waiting for our flight to begin boarding. We got here about an hour before boarding began.
Each passenger is welcome to bring aboard one carry-on item along with a smaller personal size bag that will fit under the seat in front of you. And you'll put hopefully one under your seat and one above you. If you'd like to check a rollerboard bag with us here at the podium, we're happy to do that for you as a courtesy. Sometimes people don't like having to look for space above. So please do feel free to check the rollerboard bag with us here at the podium. We're happy to do that for you. We're going to begin boarding in about...
Unfortunately, it's a full flight tonight, so there will be someone seated in between me and my companion.
On your way to Anchorage, Group C. Who's Group C still?
And welcome on board Alaska Airlines 1562. We're now passing the first class cabin. First class has 41 inches of pitch, 21 inches of width, and 5 inches of recline. Premium class seats have approximately 35 inches of pitch, 17 inches of width, and 3 inches of recline. And now here we are in economy.
Flight to Anchorage. Thank you for being mindful of others while finding your seat. If you do have a roller bag, please utilize that space overhead and put all of your other items completely underneath the seat in front of you. That includes your crossbody bags, backpacks, purses, jackets, and such. Those need to go underneath your seat. And please use the bins overhead for your roller bags. When you do place those roller bags in the overhead bin, be sure and place it on its side like a book on its shelf. If you're seated in our exit rows, please review that safety information card. Let us know if you're not qualified or comfortable performing those duties listed. Once again, welcome aboard.
Here's a view of the economy seat. On this version, there are 31 to 32 inches of pitch, 17 inches of width, and also 3 inches of recline. As always, bring something for lower back support. So in premium class, what you're paying for or upgrading to is to get 3 inches of pitch and an extra inch of recline. Just something to think about. There is a holder for your device if you want to use that to stream onto your phone, but the holder is not quite obvious, and I didn't use it. The button there will allow your seat to recline 3 inches. And here's the meal tray. As you can see, it pulls out, and you see a couple of Little divots there where you can put your drink. A little bit of a mark there. And let me put that back up. Use it a little later. Other things you can see there, the side of the seat, a little mesh netting there where you can put a bottle or maybe a book or something. As you can see there, new overhead bin, so you can place your luggage on its side, not flat. That's the view for the 4.5-hour flight. As you can see, it's around 7 o'clock here in LA, and it's going to look like that at 10 p.m. in Alaska.
For those of you who are just joining us, we'd like to welcome aboard our flight to Anchorage, beautiful Alaska. Thank you for being mindful of others while finding your seat. If you brought on a roller bag, please utilize overhead bins. You can place it on the side like a book on a shelf. All of those other items need to go completely underneath the seat in front of you or overhead. All right, looks like we have everybody on board, so we're going to go ahead and prepare the cabin for departure. The lavatories on board are now closed until after takeoff. Please make sure that your seat backs are forward, tray tables are up, tablet holders in the upright position. Footrest in first class should be up and stowed. Please make sure all of those bags, cross-body bags, if they are on your person, those need to be removed and placed underneath the seat in front of you. If you've got small children in a snuggly, those need to be undone as well. Please make sure all of your purses, backpacks, and such are completely underneath the seat in front of you. If you're seated in an exit row, please make sure that your window shades are open and your devices are unplugged from seat power. Look down, make sure that seat belt is securely fastened. Check your kiddos, make sure they're in their seat and snug in their seats as well. And First Officer Val. I'm Angela, and with me are Julie, Gabby, and Trudy. Safety is our highest priority. We appreciate your attention while we share some important safety information. Please review that safety information card in front of you, which shows what to do in an emergency on this aircraft. We have 8 emergency exits, 2 doors forward, 4 window exits at the wings, and 2 doors aft. The 4 doors are equipped with evacuation slides. All exits are marked with red and white signs, and in a dark cabin, 4-level lighting will lead you to the exits. Take a moment, look around, locate those nearest exits, and it may be behind you. In an evacuation, leave everything behind and follow crew member instructions. To fasten your seatbelt, place the flat end into the buckle, tighten by pulling on the strap, and unbuckle by lifting on top. For your safety and the safety of everyone around you, keep your seatbelt fastened low and tight whenever you are seated, and remain in your seat when that seatbelt sign is on. If needed, an oxygen mask will drop from the panel above. Stay seated and pull down on the oxygen mask to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face coverings and then place the oxygen mask over your nose and mouth and secure the mask with the elastic band. Tighten by pulling on the ends. That bag will not inflate, however, oxygen will be flowing. Put your mask on before helping others, and keep it on until you're advised by a crew member that it's no longer necessary. Federal law also prohibits smoking, vaping, or consuming your own alcohol. All lavatories are equipped with smoke detectors. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the lavatory smoke detector is prohibited.
Our flight to Alaska will be heading, generally speaking, toward the northwest. It's about a 4.5-5-hour flight from LA up to Anchorage, and because we're there in June, there is no darkness. We'll be experiencing the midnight sun.
destinations with more than 30 airline partners, including One World. In-flight Wi-Fi, including free messaging, and over 800 movies and shows are available at alaskawifi.com. Here at Alaska Airlines, we do have a quiet cabin policy. Any electronic devices that you brought on board must be silenced. If you wish to enjoy audio from a personal device, headphones are required for all ages. Flight attendants will be moving through the cabin to prepare for your in-flight service. Please refer to your in-flight guide at your seat for all of our available options. If you pre-ordered a meal, we'll be delivering that to you shortly. Our in-flight service will begin shortly.
Thankfully, we have in-flight power, so I'll be able to plug my device in and keep my device charged as I watch any entertainment on my personal phone. Lots of movies and TV shows to stream onto your device using alaskawifi.com or using the Alaska Hawaiian app. There were 3 episodes of Triple D Nation, so that's what I'll be watching during the flight. About an hour into the flight, snack service began. We had eaten before, so we didn't need to buy a snack box. We were given that bag of braided pretzels flavored like French Dijon mustard, which actually I liked because they had a sharp mustard flavor. So for the first round of beverages, I decided to go with a cup of orange juice, served in that evergreen cup, just enjoying the look out the window. For our second round of beverages, I decided to get a can of Sprite. So I'll be enjoying that as I continue to look out the window and enjoy the scenery outdoors.
Into the Anchorage area. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the lights. Sorry, they're bright. Please bring your seat back, your tray tables, and your tablet holders in the upright position. Larger bags like items, laptops with attached keyboards, purses, backpacks, fanny packs, all of those need to go completely underneath the seat in front of you or overhead. If you're seated in the next row, please make sure your window shades are open and your devices are unplugged from seat power. Please make sure that seat belt is securely fastened. If you got your children sleeping and they're under blankets, please check and make sure that they're snug in their seats as well and buckled up. We're going to go ahead and close up the lavatories at this time. So we do ask you to remain seated for the duration of the flight. Flight attendants are going to come through the cabin. We're going to do our final safety checks, collect any garbage, anything else you'd like us to dispose of, service items and such, and see you on the ground here shortly in Anchorage.
Here are my thoughts on today's trip report on Alaska Airlines 1562 from Los Angeles to Anchorage. First, it was great to fly up to Alaska nonstop from LA. It is a long flight, clocking in around 4.5 hours, so it helps that we have in-flight power. It's a long flight from anywhere in the lower 48, so be prepared for late arrivals into Alaska. But in the summer, remember, there are about 20 hours of daylight, so it might not feel as late as it seems. It's unfortunate the Wi-Fi costs money when there are several airlines that are providing Wi-Fi for free, even if you're not a customer of certain phone lines. The entertainment is fine, plenty of movies and TV shows to stream on your phone, and as you saw, I was watching Triple D Nation on demand. The real entertainment, for me, was looking out the window and not seeing it get dark at all. As you saw, it was 10 or 11 o'clock at night, but it still looked like late afternoon. We brought food and we ate it at the gate, so we didn't need to eat a lot on board. The snack was tasty and it was nice to have at least 2 rounds of beverages. If I have high enough status, like Atmos Titanium or One World Emerald, I would have gotten a snack box for free. Having the co-branded credit card did help us, as I saved $45 for my checked bag and another $45 for my companion. And having Group C boarding status at least gets me to the seat relatively quickly and settled. Finally, the service was professional and efficient. The way the flight attendants gave the announcements was calm, and I always feel welcomed on board Alaska Airlines, never feeling talked down to or anything. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's trip report on Alaska Airlines, and we'll be landing here in Anchorage very shortly.
Welcome to Anchorage. The local time is 11:22 p.m. Please keep your seatbelts on. Our pilots will turn off the seatbelt sign when it's safe to get up. Your belongings should remain stowed until we safely reach the gate. If your phone is close, you can take it out of airplane mode. With our baggage service guarantee, your bags will be at baggage claim within 20 minutes of our arrival at the gate. Or see a baggage agent to receive a discount or points towards a future flight. For information about connecting flights, refer to the Alaska app or check the monitors inside the terminal. On behalf of all of us at Alaska Airlines, our One World Alliance, and your Anchorage-based crew, it has been our pleasure having you on board. A special thank you to our Atmos Rewards and Status members. We love seeing you again. If you're not a member, visit atmosrewards.com to join for free and start getting closer to your next travel for our reward. Thanks for making us part of your journey. Have a great rest of your night and take care.
As you can see, even late at night, Anchorage International Airport is a very busy airport with many flights arriving before midnight. We actually arrived 37 minutes early, and it took us about 45 minutes to get to the gate, and the captain will explain why in a moment.
Yeah, folks, on the flight deck, just letting you know what's going on. We pulled up short of the gate there, and the Raptors that are supposed to work our flight, marshal us into the gate, are working on an aircraft that is still at the gate right now that has a maintenance issue. So after they push that airplane and finish up there, they'll be able to come over to our gate and get into position to bring us in. So just letting you know, hopefully it's no more than 10 or 15 minutes at the most, but we'll keep you posted if there's any more of a delay. Thank you for your patience.
Overall, it ended up being a 45-minute delay. So that was really the only blemish that I saw on the operations of this flight. And for today's flight, I earned 2,345 points, as well as 3 times the points based on my dollar spent using my co-branded credit card to purchase this reservation with Alaska Airlines. Thanks for joining me on Alaska Airlines 1562 from LA to Anchorage. We'll see you next time. Bye.